Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 1:54 a.m. on this very still Wednesday evening going into Thursday. It is currently 51 degrees outside. It just got really, really windy. I was sitting in the driveway looking through my phone, and all of a sudden, like, all these leaves just like blew across my car. It was very fallish. I think we are right on the precipice of having winter just float right into Indianapolis. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I do. We're supposedly going to possibly have some flurries by the end of the week. So let me just tell you about my last 10 minutes. First of all, it's the end of a season. My mums have been dead on my front porch for 3 weeks now, something like that. But I just could not throw them away because it was part of my ensemble of the front porch with the pumpkins and the wreath and the chair with the blanket and everything. And so these dried up dead mums just sat there. But tomorrow is trash day, and Alex had pushed the trash thing to the end of the driveway, so I was like, there wasn't really a lot of trash this week anyway, so I was like, I've got to throw these out. And so I did, and it about devastated me, because I was like, oh, Halloween and fall is over. But now I'm ready for my Christmas front porch, which I got some pillows. I was gonna do like a little blanket thing out there, and then I thought, it's not like I'm gonna really sit out on the front porch during the winter, you know? So I think the pillows will be enough until about Thanksgiving, and then I'm hoping around that time is when Costco comes out with those things. And if not, then I'm just gonna buy a lot, like not a live one, but you know, a real, what do you call it? Evergreen wreath for the door. And I'll see if I can buy some other stuff. If I can't, if they don't have those things this year, because I love them, they're like these big pots, and they have these like birch sticks in them with like cranberries and greenery, and they look like little Christmas trees kind of, but not really. I mean, they're not shaped like Christmas trees. If they don't have those, then I think I'm just gonna do like a garland, kind of like, you know, maybe with some berries. Probably not lights. I don't usually, I'll do like little, like, what do you call those? The little lights, you know, the little sparkle lights. Like, I'll put those usually around the birch sticks in the thing. And one year, I think we wrapped them all, the little twinkle lights, that's what they are, all around those pots. But I don't usually go all out and do the Christmas lights and stuff like that. Our front porch is like so lit up anyway, and with the motion sensor lights, and our neighbors have motion sensor lights and everything like that, it's like so bright out there that they would kind of just like fade into the distance anyway. When our first couple years there, Alex actually did this for me, because that was when we would put up a large Christmas tree in the living room, and, you know, a garland on the mantle, a garland up the stairs. We had all this like fake garland that was my mom's. I think I ended up throwing all that out. But I don't remember where we got these. We got maybe my mom had them before, but I just don't think so. I think Alex and I bought them like at Walmart that year, because Alex and I went and bought like all new ornaments for us. That would be like our ornaments, you know? And that's where we bought a lot of the birds that we still put on the tree. Well, I put on the tree now. Well, I guess it was like, what was it, 2 years ago that we hadn't put up a tree, and then Alex put one up for Christmas morning for me. That was so sweet. But anyway, we bought all different kinds of birds. We really went with the bird theme, because we thought when we moved to Florida, then it would be, you know, fun. We'd have all these birds, right, on our tree. But I think we bought like 2 of those pre-lit like reindeer that you just put in your yard. Here's the thing, is like, unless you go all out, it's kind of like sadly looking, because in Indiana, we don't get so much snow, right? If we were gonna have from like December 1 through like January, just snow constantly on the ground, then I would put those, I think we ended up giving those to Sarah. I would put the reindeer like on the ground and it would look really pretty with the snow, right? But they just kind of look, like, it's not like a lot of our neighbors do lights and stuff anyway, and at least not in our just little small area. So then it's like these deer kind of just like stand out, and they're super bright, and so we just didn't put them up for a long time. When our tree got hit by lightning and fell down, well, now we have another big tree in our yard because it's been like 7 years now, and 6 or 7 years, and that tree has like really grown. They put in like a little tree. I remember because the neighbor lady that knows like everything about the neighbor, she was like, I want you to know, we at the HOA spent $150 on that tree, so don't let it die. I was like, okay. But that year, because it was so funny, we just had this little itty bitty tree in our front yard where we had this huge tree right before. But I mean, thank God it didn't hit our house when it fell, got hit by lightning. But I went and I got like one of those big like red bulbs, and I put it on the tree like Charlie Brown's Christmas. It was so funny. I made some coffee tonight in my new Starbucks cup that I bought a couple weeks ago. This is hazelnut cinnamon. This is part of that pack that I got from Tuesday morning. I have not tried it, so I made it, and then I sat on the computer for like a half an hour, and I bought a trucker hat, and I bought some socks. Oh, and some holiday poopery. So, because that came up on my Instagram tonight. So, let's try this coffee and see what I think. Well, it's still warm. It's really good. I like this cup as far as drinking out of better than the swig cup. The swig cup is like kind of hard to get like coffee out of. This is really easy. This is like literally drinking out of a glass at the table or like a mug, but it doesn't like spill all over the place. And it has this little thing on top that you can just like push and close. See? But the coffee doesn't stay warm like the swig cup. The swig cup, I mean, the coffee stays warm. You know, 5 hours later, it's still warm in the cup, which I love. I also brought some water with me. So anyway, I decided that it was time to move on to Christmas and get rid of the mums, and they needed to go, and my fern is still up there, and it's still thriving. So I have the fern, and I have the orange wreath, but I'm probably going to take that stuff down tomorrow. Well, not the fern. I'll leave the fern up there for a while. I need to bring the fern inside. I think I'm going to put it in the bathtub and just water it there and see if I can keep it alive through the year. I mean, it's doing so well outside. I can't imagine that it wouldn't do well inside, you know? I wish we had a place that we could hang it inside. It's just the thing. Other than just putting it in the bathtub, because I know that Alex is going to go crazy with that thing sitting in the bathtub. He's going to be like, seriously, do we really need this? Now, the one caveat is, I've seen a bird fly in and out of there, and if there is a bird's nest in there, I'm just going to leave it. And I may just, honestly, if that's the case, I just may leave it up through the winter and just let birds go in there and make a nest or something if that's what they're going to do. Because I'm not taking it down if a bird is like, you know, living in there or whatever. So I haven't looked in it in like, well, since the last birds were up in there. Birds. I haven't looked up there. So I took all that stuff and I put it, you know, got rid of it tonight. And it was so sad. My neighbor's like across the street, she's a master gardener. And supposedly, I've had so many people that have told me that they were a master gardener. What does that really mean? I don't really know if I know what that means. Does that mean you've taken classes in gardening, or you just are on that level, or whatever? I don't know. But she does pay a lot of attention to her garden. She's got a lot of different things out there. She takes pride in the fact that she's the only person in her neighborhood that has a banana tree. She always says that. She's so funny. She's the one about the cozy mysteries. I love her. Now, my other neighbors, well, my neighbor to the left, Laura, that was in some of, I forgot my ring while I was asleep, so I took it off before I lay down. She and her roommate and boyfriend, like, they did their whole back deck, and it's like all, her new roommate's kind of hippie-ish, and she got all of this like macrame, like, hanging stuff, and so she hung all of these ferns and stuff, and all of that's doing really well on her back patio. I don't know when they're gonna bring it in, but they have like rooms in their house like that are dedicated to plants. They have so many plants inside their house. It's really cool. They're like really into plants and stuff. I just wish we had the space, and I would do more of that. I wish we had an area where I could have like a bookshelf that was just dedicated to plants. I think that would be so cool. But the problem is the lighting in our house is so bad that there's not really any good place to have plants unless you have all like low lit plants that require low light, you know. And then my neighbors on the other side, God love her, she's trying to keep her mums alive, but they're not. They're dead. I think she's in denial, like I was. I'm like, girl, your mums are dead. I'm sorry. Her husband still waters them and stuff. I'm like, no, I think those mums are dead. I think it's time to say goodbye to those mums. But anyway, so that was that. And then I came out to my car and I was looking at stuff. And I got in my car, and you know, like one of my favorite things to do is just to put on iTunes. And I'm actually going to take a different route tonight. I'm going to come up here and turn around and then go back and do this kind of like other like way that I don't usually go. I'm going to do something different tonight. And when I get done vlogging tonight, I'm finally going, I have like 24 minutes left. I think it's exactly an hour, which translates into 24 minutes because I listened to it at 2x5 speed. I think that's all I have left of the Christmas Cozy Mystery by the Tanya Kappas series. And then I really want to go on and listen to another book in the series, but I think I'm actually going to listen to another series because that'll be like the 4th one in a row from that series that I've listened to, and I'm like, I think it's time to read something else. I was going to read the Liam O'Yeardy book. Maybe I'll read that next because I know going through Thanksgiving, well, I guess I could read it next weekend. I know going through Thanksgiving, I'm going to want to read Cozy Mysteries, right? So maybe I should read the Liam O'Yeardy Apples Never Fall book. Tanya said it was so good. I guess right now, like, I just don't have the commitment level. Hold on a second. I need to fix this camera because the beanbag is coming out here. I just don't have the commitment level to listen to an 18-hour book right now. Like 6 or 7, that's more my speed right now. Okay, so then I get in my car, you guys. This was funny, right? So one of my favorite things is just to turn on iTunes and push shuffle. And I mean, I have everything in there from like classical to heavy metal to soundtracks to country to, I mean, everything, you know, punk to everything you can imagine, right? So I'm sitting there, and now you probably heard me talk about this beanbag. What is going on? I need to buy another one of these beanbags. But I always think it's not the beanbag. It's just kind of like how it's sitting in the car. But anyway, so you probably heard me talk about, look at this beanbag. Come on, beanbag. Get yourself together. Okay. About how, like, when I was, like, I've never really liked musicals. Like, I'm just not a person, like, I don't know, I didn't get that gene or something, that musical gene. My mom really liked musicals and loved to watch them and stuff like that. She loved everything from the music to the costumes to just the cinematography to everything. I didn't love musicals. I just didn't. It's never been something that, like, I can really get into. So, but one soundtrack that I do have downloaded on my phone is the Annie original Broadway soundtrack because I had it when I was a kid, right? And, like, none of the songs have come up in a while. And so, it was the song, I have it right here, NYC. NYC. And she remembered that, oh my God, that's Beanbag, come on, what is going on with you, Beanbag? So anyway, NYC. Do you remember that song? Too late, I'm sold on NYC. So anyway, when I was a kid, I would sit in our library. So we had this room, I've talked about this before, but it was a library. And it was like, it was French doors, and then you stepped down, and all the walls, well, there was one wall that was a big fireplace. It was what do you call it? It was a replica of the Union Hall fireplace at IU, Bloomington, Indiana. And I'm gonna pull into the post office here because I want to read some comments in a second. But anyway, and then like on either side were bookshelves. And on one side was like the stereo and all of my mom and dad's records and things like that. And then my mom's black leather and chrome chair with the ottoman was there. I've talked about that. We have it in our bedroom now. It's like one of my favorite things in the entire world. She had this spool table that she would like, and my mom would sit there with headphones on. Like, I remember this, like, specifically, that she would sit there and, especially like when she was really sad, she would sit there and she would drink and smoke one cigarette after another, and she would just like sit there in that chair. But on the other side of the fireplace, was, hold on a second, there you go, was another bookshelf, and then on the other wall was like all bookshelves. And so the whole, I mean, it was like a library. It was really cool. And beautiful rugs and chairs, and it just was really, really cool. It looked like some like old like library in a brownstone apartment in New York City. It was very cool. But anyway, in front of the fireplace, I would, like, my mom would be making dinner, and here I was, you know, like this 8 or 9-year-old kid, and I would put this soundtrack on. I don't know what it was. I mean, there's a couple musicals that I have liked through the years, but very few, very, very few. I can remember when Rent came out, and everybody was like, oh my God, you have to watch Rent. And I didn't know it was like a rock opera, you know. And I mean, there's been a couple musicals through the years that I just have been like, I just really couldn't get into. And like, definitely today, like, I feel like I should see Hamilton, but I have no desire to see Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't, like, Les Mis didn't really do it for me. I just don't love musicals. It's something about, to me, like, give me a good cry your eyes out, 15 people die drama any day, love it, right? Anything with what's her face in it, God, I love her so much. She's like she's probably my favorite current, well, besides Sarah Paulson, she's probably my favorite current actress. What's her name? Frances McDormand. Oh my God, love her so much. And I know she plays the same role like in every movie. Like, Tanya and I were talking about it because Tanya did not like that movie Nomadland, and I was like, it was fantastic. What didn't you like about Nomadland? And she was like, she just plays the same role in every movie. And I'm like, but that is Frances McDormand. You know what I mean? Like, because she had been in that 3 Billboards Out of Billings, whatever, Missouri or whatever. Tanya loved that movie. But see, she was almost the same character. I mean, she wasn't, though. She was different. Anyway, I love Frances McDormand so much. So I like that kind of stuff. I don't love musicals. I really, to be honest with you, like, when I see people like on Instagram and stuff, and they get so excited about these musicals, I'm like, I wish I felt that way. Like, I really do. I don't have it. I just don't, I don't have it. I don't know what it is. Like, I have no desire whatsoever to sit down and, you know, like, I just don't. Like, I feel like I should want to go see Hamilton or all of those things. Now, I did want to go see the movie that Lin-Manuel, you know, the one that did Hamilton. He came out with a movie that was about New York City. Like, I wanted to see that movie, right? But I never did. So anyway, okay, but back in the day, I did listen to some stuff, like Oklahoma. I listened to some of that. I know some of those songs. I liked that one a little bit. But I really like, as far as like, because we would watch the movies, my mom and I, because she would make me watch these musicals, you know, like she loved The King and I and stuff like that. Oh, I'll tell you another one I used to act out, because I was going to tell you I acted out Annie. But another one that I liked was My Fair Lady. I really, really liked My Fair Lady. I think it was that I always needed to identify with a strong female role. Whether that was Annie or in Annie, or if that was, I don't even know what her name was in My Fair Lady, but I would play that part. I would get like a what do you call it, a basket from the kitchen, and I would put stuff in it, and I would do that part where she's walking through the market. So anyway, okay, we had like one of these like lamps, you know, like a reading lamp, but it was like a really cool kind of vintagey one, and it was chrome, and it went kind of like with the chair, and you could like turn it, and so I would turn off all the lights in the library, and I would put it up against like I would aim it at the fireplace, and so it would be like a stage spotlight, and I would sit there. Oh my God, it's so windy outside, listen. Can you guys see? Look at this. All these leaves are, well, now it stopped, but they were just all blowing, and then as soon as I bring them over, as soon as I show the leaves, they stop. There's something about leaves blowing that I love. But anyway, I would stand there in the middle of this library, very serious, okay? And I wasn't Annie. Like, this is very important, okay? I wasn't Annie. I was Peter Monn playing Annie. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Because I would do this whole thing, you guys, like, and it wouldn't just be like, I would kind of pick up where I left off like the day before. I would do this whole thing where like first we were auditioning, right? I must have seen something on TV back in the day as a kid of like the auditions for all this stuff or something. Because first it would be like the auditions, and so it'd be me, and I would like envision like myself with like the 5 of these girls, and we would be on stage, and we would each have to do our rendition of Maybe, which is in the, you know, maybe far away, or maybe real nearby, you know, that song. Okay, so that was like my favorite song from Annie ever, right? I thought it was just, I just loved the emotion and the desperation in that song. So I would stand in this line, right? I mean, it was an imaginary line. There was nobody else there with me, right? And of course, I always had to have a broom or a mop, because, you know, Annie did. And so then, like, after I sang my part, you know, like, they would do callbacks and whatever, and I would, like, look down the you know, I don't know that later in life I ever talked to my mom about this, but I wish that she was alive, so like these are the things I wish she was alive for. I mean, many other things, obviously, but that I could call her up and be like, do you remember when I used to do this? Like, what did you think when you were in the other room and you heard this going on, right? Because like the door would be open, because I can remember like, because once there was 2 doors to the library, like one by the staircase and one by that went into the kitchen. And so I could remember, like, she would be in the kitchen, like, cooking or talking on the phone or whatever. And I would be, like, looking down at this imaginary line, and, like, you know, they would say to some girl, I'm sorry, but this isn't your time. And I would be like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, like, here I was at 8, and I'd be like, I'm sorry. And then I would get the part, and I was so excited, right? And then I had a bitter understudy, too. That I always had a bitter understudy. I don't know where I learned the word understudy. I don't know, but I did know that term from like a young age. And I had like a bitter understudy that just wanted my part. I played this all out in my head, you guys. And then I would like do these stage productions of Annie. Like I would just sit there and do the record, and I would just like play it. So when this song came on, I could not believe I remembered every single word to this song, okay? And I was like, and I could remember like in my head sitting there and be like, dun, 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 NYC. And I'm like sitting there in the car. I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like, I totally remember all of this, right? Oh, well. It was fun. That's called being an only child. I was a good only child, too, because I knew how to play with myself. Well, I play by myself for hours. You know what I mean? Like, I knew how to just entertain myself and, you know, read books or whatever. Like, both of my parents used to say that. They would say, you were really good, like you enjoyed like being alone and stuff like that. But I would do a lot of like puppet shows, and I would have my mom, and I would write them and everything, and have my mom, and I would, like her and her friend, I'd be like, you have to come and watch my puppet show, and then have to sit there and watch the puppet show, you know, so I did all kinds of stuff. But I also remember, let me take this to like a really sad, lonely place. I also remember like calling a lot. I would come home from school. I always kind of had like one person that like I was friendly with that either like lived on the street over, or that like our moms were friends through something or whatever. And so I can remember calling people and being like, I would come home and my mom would make me a snack, and I would go to the porch And we had this like yellow phone on the porch because it was all yellow and green on the porch. People used to call it our Florida room. My mom hated that. I don't know why. But it was an actual room. It wasn't a screened-in porch. I mean, it was like a room part of the house, right? And it had floor-to-ceiling windows that you cranked out. It was very cool. And, but I would go to that, the porch, and I would sit on the end of that couch with that yellow phone. And I'm laughing because it's something else I'll tell you in a second. But anyway, and I would call up these people, and I would say, yeah, can so-and-so, I'd say like, you know, I can't remember how I'd say it, but I like, is so-and-so there? And they'd either be out, you know, and their moms would be like, oh no, they're out right now, you know, or they get on the phone and I'd be like, I just wanted to see if you wanted to play. And then they'd be like, sorry, my mom said I can't. And that was always how it was. It just was like, and so then my mom would be like, so-and-so can't play? I'd be like, no. And she'd be like, we'll do something. She was so good. It's so crazy to me, like, looking back, that my mom had no idea, like, how teased I was, what an outsider I was, that, like, I never really had any, like I said, I always had, like, one person, I mean, in elementary school, let's put it that way, definitely not in junior high, and in high school I did, but not my freshman year, really, but not at all. I mean, it was just the girls I sat with at lunch. Part of my sophomore year, second half is when I kind of got into that friend group. But like all through elementary school, I always had like one person that like we were in a class together, and they were kind of like, I don't know, the other lonely person, or I don't know, or our moms would be friends or whatever. I do remember, like, it's weird because I don't necessarily usually think this. I do remember having moments where I thought to myself, like, why don't I have anybody to, like, play with and talk to and hang out? Like, I can remember thinking that, you know? And I can remember thinking, like if I called somebody and their mom, like, I always sense stuff at a really young age. So, like, if a mom said, oh, I'm sorry, like, you know, he left to go, like, you know, play with some other people or whatever. Like, no matter how nice they said it, because they would, I think moms were trying to be nice about it. Like, I can remember thinking, well, why wasn't I invited? Like, I can remember thinking that, you know? Now, on my street, it was a different story. Like, everybody on my street was very accepting of me. I think part of it was that, like, all of the parents were friends, except for, like, a couple. And so, like, they weren't going to tolerate any BS. And they just didn't care. Like, nobody cared. But the thing was that the ages were so vastly different on our street that, like, there were people that were in high school. There were people that were, like, I mean, there were so many vastly different, you know, ages, that in the summer, we kind of, I don't know how to explain it, we kind of like all came together, except for like the elementary and the junior high kids, like early junior high, like we all kind of like hung out and, you know, whatever. The high school kids kind of like hung out and did their own thing, but then like, because I can remember we kind of like looked up to them. But then like during the school year, that kind of like faded away. And the other thing was, like, well, in elementary school, so, like, there were a couple kids in our street that went to private schools. Then my friend next door, her whole family moved, and she and I didn't go to the same elementary school anymore. And then the girl across the street, whose mom and her mom and my mom were friends, like, their entire lives. Like, till the day my mom died, she was very involved in her life. And, one of her best friends. But she was like 2 or 3 years older than me. So like when I was in elementary school, she had already started junior high. And so there was that. And, you know, I mean, there was just a huge difference between 4th and 7th grade. There just is, you know. I just was lonely. I was lonely a lot. It was sad. I don't know, I like to think that sometimes it made me into who I am today. Like, you know, I think people are always like, like, you just drive around and listen to audiobooks in your car or whatever. Like, I still to this day am very good at just, like, entertaining myself. You know what I mean? Like, I think I just adapted, and that's who it stopped. All right, let's get into reading a few comments. NYC. But you know what I did remember while I was sitting there and I was singing that song was that there was a part of me, I think, that always kind of wanted to be an actor. And what's so funny about it is that I didn't like musicals, right? But from an early age, it was really more stage than it was movies. I mean, I don't really remember, like, maybe it's because I thought it was so far out of realm, and I don't know, like, I sang a lot in, like, choir and stuff, too, like, when I was a kid, like, in elementary school. And so I think, like, I don't know, choirs kind of focus more on, like, you know, musical theater and things like that, so maybe that was, I don't know. But I do remember thinking I wish I, like, was an actor on Broadway. Okay, so let's read some of the comments. GSL Makeup, she made it to the very end because she put 3 Christmas trees. Hello. Marie said 1:52 a.m. watching Wide Awake. I also went and got, oh, she's on the same time as me. Because she just watched it, she just said that 30 minutes ago. I also went and got some sheets and stuff for my bed. I got my wax burner going. My little fireplace is going. It smells so good in my room, and it's so cozy. Oh, I love that. Oh, speaking of that, okay. So if you're part of the Vloggerinos Facebook group, some surprises are going to be happening over there. One of which is that I will be running a Christmas contest. I have decided. And it's going to be an old school Christmas contest. I'm very excited. I think I'm going to give out first, second, and third place and an honorable mention. So I should actually go over there because I posted tonight. I was like, what do you think the prizes should be? Now, I was really asking for help because I really needed some help on what the prizes should be. And I know everybody's going to be so nice and be like, whatever you say is good enough, I'm sure. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay. View post. So I said, hey everyone, I'm wanting to do something special over here. And since everyone knows I love Christmas and I love cozy, it will be a little old school Christmas contest, hint, hint. What I would like to know is what would be some good prizes. I'll post more about it later, but I wanted to make it specifically for the Vloggerinos because they have been so fantastic to me. Okay, Gemma, who is one of the people that started the group, said, how about a Christmassy candle? All right, that's fine. Melissa said, believe me, any prize from the brain of Peter Monn would be the best prize ever. Oh my lord. Laura said, oh, that's so sweet of you. I'm excited. With regards to prizes, the best present I got last Christmas was a cameo. Oh, from you. So maybe a personal video or even better, a video call. I would faint 1,000 faints. You guys are so sweet to me. It's like, okay, so when I, like, hold on a second, because the next person said the same thing. So, Lauren said, that was Laura. So, Lauren said, yeah, some sort of video call with you would be great. Let me read through these. Amanda said a signed Christmas card from you, Alex and the boys. Aww. Oh my god, 2 other people like said that they thought that was a good idea. Video calls would be amazing, said Marion. Either that or whatever your, I was thinking gift cards, that now people are wanting video calls. Okay, oh, here's Pamela. She said, maybe a cozy mystery book would be good. I like that idea. Cameos, they're talking about cameos. Do you guys, listen. I have gotten behind on some cameos and they've expired, and some people have like rebooked them and other people haven't. But let me just tell you, last year at Christmas, I had so much fun. Like, Alex and I were laughing so hard because I was literally, you guys, I was doing up to like 50 cameos a day, like the week before Christmas, to make sure that everybody had them in time for Christmas. I had literally a pad written down of like when they were due, and I was like, okay, I have to, because you get like 3 days to like make sure you get it done. And the thing is, like, I'll either get like a burst of requests, like 5 or 10 at a time, or I don't get that many, and so I'll sometimes forget to go over and look, and then I've got one that's expired and I feel horrible about it, right? Okay. But I love doing the cameos. They're so much fun for me. And I try to do them different for every person and stuff like that. And I try to do long ones. Like, you know, they're several minutes long. They're like 4 to 6 minutes long. So anyway, but I had so much fun last year doing those for Christmas. So just saying, if y'all want Christmas cameos again this year, I will probably be doing that. Well, I will be doing those. Okay, Cynthia said, you should do something that you love, like candles, lip gloss, fragrances, cozy blankets, dog stuff like the dog bed you talked about. Starbucks Audible gift card, personal cameo from yours truly. I mean, I could go on forever, she said. Oh my God, okay, Pamela said again. Oh, hold on a second, I just got out of it. So many people commented on this. Okay, Pamela said, how about something from your merch store or one of your cute candles from the lady who makes... That's not a bad idea. Carol said, maybe one of your awesome fans. These hot flashes are beastly. Julia said, a Christmas card with a cozy mystery. A Starbucks cup. A special Vloggerino cameo. That would be awesome. I second the Christmas card. Cannot imagine. Fran said, how about a donation for an animal shelter? That's a win for both sides. I just feel like stuff I can buy myself. A cameo would be fun, but for example, a phone call is not my thing. I watch the phone ring, that's my 2 cents. Okay, I wanna say this really, really quick, because I wanna make sure that I don't forget this, okay? And I'm actually gonna put it back up on my Instagram story right now, okay? So, if you go to HW Feed, which is like I think it's called Hollywood Feed. Hold on a second. Hollywood Feed, your local pet experts. Okay. 1 like equals $1 credit to local shelters. And one of the shelters is actually Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside. And so it's like for people that keep their dogs outside and things like that, and they don't have the funds to, like, you know, keep fences and things like that. It's a fantastic organization. They also have on here Memphis Animal Services, Fur Kids, Legacy Humane Society, Houston Humane Society, Pet Helpers, Paws for Adoption, Greater Birmingham Humane Society, and the Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside, okay? For each like that they get, they are donating $1 that is divided between these 8 organizations. It goes until November 13th, which I will be posting this on November 11th, okay? Each rescue can earn up to $1,000. So, if we can get this up to right now it's at 5135. If we can get it to 8,000 likes, each organization will get $1,000. I'm posting it over on my Instagram right now, okay? Hold on a second. Please go like this if you haven't. All likes, how do I do equal sign? Equal $1 for 8 amazing animal organizations. Oh, I gotta, dang it. So could you guys please go over, here's what it looks like. Well, you can't see. But it's a picture of a dog, and it says HW Feed. Here, you'll see it on my Instagram story when you go over. Go to my Instagram story, not my post, and you'll see. And it's a picture of this dog, and then it says across it, 1 like equals $1 credit to local shelters. Oh, come on. Don't go, okay. So, so there you go. And then that's all you have to do is like that, and that will help out these dog shelters, which I think is fantastic. Okay, so we're at 5135 right now. Love it. Okay, so what does that mean? Each one gets about $600 so far, so they can still get up to like $1,000 each, right? We're gonna get them to $1,000. We're gonna get them to $1,000. All these organizations. Okay, that'd be a Christmas miracle. All right, so let's see. Oh, where was I reading? Oh, the Vloggerinos. Hold on. Cicely said, how fun. So nice to see you pop in here. I think candles and fans would be great. That way we can work on our fan tosses. Gemma said, Cafe Pat Shoe Collector's Edition menu. Oh, that's interesting. Well, you know, they don't give you menus right now. I should ask them. God, my nose is driving me crazy. I should ask them if they can give me a menu. Right now, you just do the scanning thing, you know? And then it gives you, like, that's how they pull up the menu. So anyway, let me know what you think of the prizes should be over there. And please go do the animal rescue thing. Katie said on my vlog, I love your vlogs, Peter. I love the emotions that happen all within an hour. Laughing, serious, crying, inquisitive. It's also wonderful and makes it so enjoyable to watch. I go through them with you like I would with a friend. Love you, Vloggerino forever. Aww. So if you guys are new and you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a Facebook group called Peter Monn's Vloggerinos. It was started, I believe, by Nicole, Gemma, and Troy. And there's like over 500 people now, and at first there was like 20, and it's just like, I seriously, you guys, well, first of all, it's really not about me. I mean, it's a place for people that watch my vlog to come together and be friends, but like most of the posts, and this is what I love so much about it, most of the posts are really not about me. They're mostly about like people showing their houses or asking questions, or there's posts on there about like, hey, where is everybody from, or what does everybody do, and all that kind of stuff. It's fun for me to read because it really like allows me to like see. Well, first of all, there were two on there that I loved, okay? This is just personally, okay? I'm being selfish. But the one where everybody said where they were from, and the one where everybody said how old they were. And they also said how, a lot of them said how long they've been watching my vlog. And it was really, really cool to see because it kind of put it in perspective for me, like the audience of who is like watching my videos every night. And you know, the thing is it's like, I say that like the audience of who's watching me, but this just feels like so much more than that. And so when I go over there, it just even feels like more personal to me. It's like I'm driving around and then like you guys are responding back, and it's like this conversation we're having, like this relationship, this friendship, you know? And like on the heels of me just saying, I grew up never having any friends, right? Like nobody ever wanted to do anything with me. It's like the coolest thing, you know? And so then when people are like, I would love a video call from you, to be honest with you, it's kind of hard for me. It's like, well, first of all, I just want people to know my social anxiety is really bad, you guys. Like, it's gotten better through the years when I'm around people that I know, and I can kind of like, if I have like 2 or 3 friends around me, I can kind of mask it a little bit, or my husband, but it's still really, really hard for me. So to like pick up the phone and like just cold call somebody like on a video call, like that would really be a struggle for me. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying like, that would be really hard for me, right? Number one. Number two, you know, I try to be so inspiring to people, and I try to be really motivating to other people, but that doesn't mean that I don't have my own demons, right? That doesn't mean that I don't have my own tape in my head that tells me, why would anybody want a video call from you? It doesn't matter how many people say it. It doesn't matter how nice you guys are. It doesn't matter any of that kind of stuff. It's that tape in my head, right? That plays out. That tape in my head that has been there since I was just a little kid. And you know, in all honesty, I'm not a believer that that tape's ever gonna go away. I don't. Like, I think it will always be there for as long as I am alive. I think my job is to work against that and to rewrite that tape and tell that tape it's not true, you know? For a long time, I really believed that you could get rid of that stuff in your head. I don't know that I'm gonna ever be able to get rid of that stuff in my head, but I do know that I can work against it, and I can not believe in those thoughts when they come into my head, right? But you guys are just like so nice. Like, you're just unbelievably nice. I don't even know really how to say anything about it anymore. At some point, it just becomes like, I feel like if I say too much about it, it comes like overkill and whatever, you know, and it's like, who is texting me? My friend Valerie just texted me. Now, I said how easy this coffee comes out, and now it's not coming out easy. when I started on YouTube, on BookTube, I just wanted anybody to watch my videos. I didn't care. I didn't care if there were 5 people. If you go back on my BookTube channel, there is a video that I did when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And I got so emotional doing that video. And I can remember making that video because I graduated with like 670 people, okay? And I can remember when I got to 1,000 people on BookTube, and I was like, this is like everybody that I went to high school with sitting in a room watching my video. And it was really, really overwhelming for me, right? Like, this is just real talk. This is real talk about how I felt about the YouTube stuff, right? Okay. You know, this is a person that, like, I grew up. And the other thing I think is important to remember is I had a career before I did YouTube, you know, like, I had a long career, and I take pride in that career. I loved what I did, and I loved working in the field of addiction and recovery, right? And the team that I worked with, I mean, we were well known, like, but that came to an end, and it was, you know, I wasn't, like, it's hard because you get to a point in working with addictions that it's like, you know, you're either going to become immune to all of the really sad stories and the deaths and all that kind of stuff, almost to a point of like becoming like, not human, but like where you don't, like, you almost kind of, you can't feel it anymore. And I knew I was like a year or 2 out from that. And so it was time for me to move on. And I had felt like that for a long time anyway. And all of my coworkers had moved on and stuff like that, right? Okay. So, you know, but I loved working in addictions. And, so then I start this BookTube channel, right? Okay, just as a hobby, just as like a total hobby. And, you know, I had already in life received the accolades. I mean, I really had. I had already received the accolades from people where people were, you know, like, really, I mean, it wasn't ever about that from the beginning on YouTube for me. It was just, I mean, I had my moment, like Augie, you know, says in the book Wonder, like, everybody deserves a standing ovation once in their life. I had already had that, you know, and I had already written my book by the time that I was on YouTube, and I was very proud of that. And I had been sober for, you know, 20 years at that time, which is crazy to me. I look back on that, I'm thinking, like, I'm coming up on 27 years of sobriety, and I've been on YouTube 5.5 years, 6 years. Like, I was 20 years sober when I got on YouTube, you know? I was 40 plus years old. Like, I had already lived a life. And so when, like, back in the day when I would get these, like, you know, critical comments from people that would say, like, just, I don't know, just, you know, it's like, I never started this because I needed, like, this ego boost. Like, that was never what it was about, you know? It was never about, I needed all these pats. I had that, you know? I'd had that time and time again in my life. I had lived an entire life before I ever started on YouTube, and to some degree, I really think that's kind of what separates me a lot, like, from other YouTubers. Like, when I see them, it's like, there's this, like, thirst. And I'm not saying that I didn't have it at times. And, you know, listen, I think I've said this before in a lot of my videos. It feels good. It feels really nice when you're getting the comments and people are like, I love you so much, and I watch all your videos, and you make my life. And I mean, all that feels so nice. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here for 1 second and be a BS artist and say that that stuff doesn't feel good. It feels awesome, right? Like, it feels great. And the critical comments, you know, have their effect and hurt as well. But before I ever got on YouTube, I had like an entire life. And like, I think that's one piece that like sometimes is kind of like forgotten, right? Like, you know, it's like, I mean, I was 36 when I met my husband. I mean, he didn't even meet my mom. My mom had passed away, and she died by the time that Alex met her. And so I was gonna go this way and that way and whatever, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go this way and go to Zionsville tonight. But like, I mean, he never got a chance to meet my mom. You know, he barely got a chance to meet my aunt and uncle, you know? And half the friends in my life, Tanya's never even met, you know, because she came in at a time after I got sober and things. So, like, I had an entire life before I ever got on YouTube. And I do think to some degree, like I said, like, that's how my story is a little bit different. I don't think better, I don't think worse, just different, you know? And so I started the BookTube channel because I just couldn't not be part of BookTube. You know, like, I had started watching a lot of these channels per my, you know, agent and publisher's request to send them, like, you know, asking them to do reviews of my books, which not one person did. The only person that did was actually Joe from, I can't remember his whole name, but it was, oh shoot, why can't I think of his name now? Anyway, I used to watch a lot of his videos. He's a really nice guy. He doesn't do YouTube anymore. I think if he does do YouTube, he only does gaming or something like that. And he has a podcast. I looked it up not too long ago on here. And so anyway, he reviewed the book. And he hated the ending. And I loved that. That he was real honest about that in his review. So anyway, but I started BookTube because of that, right? And then I just was like, I was consumed with it every day. I was watching BookTube, all these BookTubers, right? And I was like, I can't not be part of this anymore. Like, I have to be part of this. Like, I want to be part of this. And so I started a BookTube channel. And I can remember, like, saying something to Alex and Tanya, and they're like, they were both, like, not saying it this way, but they were both kind of like, oh, another project, you know, like, because I'm big on starting projects. And I will tell you that starting that BookTube channel was really kind of sealed the deal for me, like, going forward. And, like, most of the projects that I have started, I have continued. There's been a few that I haven't. But most I have, you know, continued and started. And so, I started the BookTube channel, and I was just obsessed. I posted every day, twice a day, whatever. And then I posted a couple videos on my Peter Monn channel, and I just out of the blue one day was when I posted my first drama video. It was September 1st of that year of 2016, and so yeah, I just passed 5 years of being on that drama channel, and so, and about 5.5 years being on BookTube, because I started that May 11th of the same year. And so then I started doing the drama channel video. And, I was like, I really liked it because it was so different. And then it was like, kind of like, all of a sudden, I was like meeting these YouTubers that I was watching, and I was like, or talking to them, and all of a sudden, it just like, it turned into something that, it was like, it morphed into something different, right? And I really loved it. But what started happening around Thanksgiving time was that I started losing subscribers on my channel. Now, some of you may remember this as the great glitch, of which many people have made a lot of fun about. But in talking to many YouTube managers through the years, there is something wrong with my channel. They cannot figure out what it is, okay? And it has something to do with my, and I know that there are people out there rolling their eyes, and roll them, I don't care. You can feel free to call a YouTube manager and talk to them, because God knows I have, okay? And, I mean, I had a YouTube manager for 6 months that worked exclusively just on this issue, and they never could come up with anything. So, but it has something to do with my loading page, like when you go to my main page. And basically what it is like, for every person that subscribes, like 2 people are unsubscribed or something. I don't know. I've since long stopped fighting this battle. I don't care. But if you go over and you look at my drama channel, I have not gained a subscriber over there in probably 3 years. And I've only lost. And I lose about 100 subscribers a day or something like that. And it's been a problem for a really long period of time. And unless there's like a hot topic thing going on where I'm being flooded with new subscribers, which that happened probably 2 years ago, was the last time that I even gained a subscriber on there. I don't care anymore. I'm just like, whatever. It's just kind of sad to me because I have the inability to like build that channel whatsoever. And I know that there are a lot of people that are like, well, it's not that, it's that people are not, they don't like your intro, or they don't like your style of doing videos. Hey, I totally get that. I get that people unsubscribe to me all the time. I've had the analytics showed to me on a Zoom call by a YouTube manager that has shown me and said, this is what's happening. Every time somebody subscribes to your channel, 2 people are being unsubscribed. And then on top of that, there are other people that are unsubscribing to my channel on a daily basis because they just don't enjoy my videos anymore. So around that time was the first time that I had a manager tell me, I don't know what we can do to fix this. I don't know if we can fix this. I have since had them tell me we have no clue what to do with this channel. In fact, the last manager that I was working with, just like out of the blue, like just stopped working with me. Like, because we were like on this, they had IT in it and everything. I just was like, whatever. So that was that. So I was like, well, I need to start something else, you know? And so I started my vlog channel. This is where, like, if you look at my videos, even on this channel, people will say, I was unsubscribed to you. How did that happen? I don't know, right? People say that to me all the time. I get comments all the time from people saying, I was unsubscribed to you. I don't know what, I don't even fight it anymore, you know? Just, I guess, please make sure that you're still subscribed to me. So, I started my vlog channel. And I can remember when I started it, and if you go back and you look, like the first one was New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and 5 years ago. And I was not sure that I was going to keep it going. I didn't really know what I would do with it. It was my 3rd channel. A lot of people were giving me hell for starting 3 channels. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. If I want to start 15 channels, I'll start 15 channels. I really don't care anymore. I don't really care if I have 18 channels. Like, that's my business. And if people want to make fun of it, I mean, it is kind of funny that I have so many channels, but I enjoy it. And I keep up with them. You know, I keep up with my channels, so... Even on my channels, like, this is so funny when people are like, he hardly ever posts on this channel, and I'm like, you do realize that that channel that you're talking about that I hardly ever post on, I post more on that channel than your favorite person posts on a regular basis. Just saying, right? Like, even like on my booktube channel where I don't post as often, you know, it's like, on that channel, I'm still posting a lot compared to what some YouTubers do, you know, where they're gone for 3 months and they do that video where they're like, I'm so sorry I haven't posted. I hate those videos. If you needed to take time off YouTube, take time off YouTube. You don't need to apologize to anybody for that, you know? So anyway, but that's probably my attitude of back in the day, you know, people coming in late to meetings. I don't think there's a need to apologize. I was always taught if you come in late to a meeting, like not a business meeting, but like a recovery meeting, if you come in late to a meeting, like you're the one that missed out, not them. You don't need to apologize. So anyway, so then I had started, long before that, this channel called My So-Called Healthy Life, right? Which was like a spin off of My So-Called Life, the TV show with Claire Danes, because I love that TV show. And so I just watched the Halloween episode not too long ago, the week of Halloween. So anyway, it's gonna stop here in a second, and the battery is like at the halfway mark, and I'm almost at an hour of vlogging already. I can't believe it. So anyway, I did that, and I did that for a while, and it was supposed to be a weight loss channel. Okay, let's get all the laughs out of the way for that. So that was supposed to be a weight loss channel. And then I like asked for like suggestions, and people were like, you know, you love to do the meditations and you love to do this. Why don't you turn it into that? So that's when I turned it into Peterisms, what it is now, right? And that's how Peterisms started. And it was probably one of the best decisions ever of mine being on YouTube. I love that channel. And, you know, a lot of times it's interesting what other YouTubers say. This is where I say, like, I think, like, this is what separates me from other YouTubers. Because I'll have YouTubers that will say to me, like, why don't you get rid of your booktube channel? And, I mean, I have YouTubers, like, good, nice YouTubers, okay? But I have all kinds of YouTubers say to me on a regular basis, and I don't even talk to that many, right? But some that I do will say to me, why don't you get rid of your Peterisms channel? Why are you keeping that in your BookTube channel? Like, they don't pull any views. Like, put that time and that energy into your drama channel. And I'm like, okay, this is where you don't get it, right? Like, this is where you don't get who I am, because the Peterisms in the BookTube channel are part of who I am. Like, it's like, it would be like, it stopped. Like, that's part of who I am. It would be like, I don't know. I don't understand. I just don't understand when people say that. I just don't get it. Like, I understand their point of view of like, oh, you could, but it's not like all of a sudden I would be like editing for hours on my drama channel if I stopped making videos in those channels. And I love those. I love those channels, I wish I was more scheduled throughout my day, that I got up and I was like, like, went and got a cup of coffee, and then like was up at like 10, and then like at 11 film my drama video, 12, I'd have 5 videos to post. That'd be a 5-hour day, and I'd give each channel, and I would love to do that, and have that be how my day went. That's actually not a bad idea. I hadn't really thought of that before. It's kind of an easy way to do it. And then do an hour on Instagram pictures and stuff, and give that an hour, and whatever. That's actually a good idea. That's what I'm gonna start doing right there. And then I can post more regularly on all my channels. I also think sometimes, like, I feel bad because I do have 6 channels, right? And there are a lot of people out there, there really are a lot of people that watch all 6 of my channels. And so then it's, for them, it's like, if you really think about it, that's like, if you add it up, that's almost 2 hours of video content. I hate content. Videos. That's almost 2 hours of videos. I hate when people say content. I'm sorry. I just think it sounds funny. That's almost 2 hours of like video footage that people are going to watch. And I think that's kind of a lot to ask, don't you? So anyway, but then the Peterisms channel started, and then so that was my BookTube, drama, vlog, and then Peterisms. And then I started the review channel, and that was something that I always wanted to do. Like, I always, like, from the very get-go, wanted to review stuff. Like, back in the day, I loved watching review videos, And so I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do it. And I started my review channel. And man, that was when I got a lot of comments from people being like, he's got 5 YouTube channels. I don't know why people care so much. I really don't. Like, I let somebody do what makes them happy. It makes me so happy. Hell, that review channel is like, that's like a birthday party every day. I love that review channel. I have so much fun over there. And there are people that I know that just watch my review channel. Like, they don't even know me for other stuff, right? And so like that's so cool to me. So anyway, and then I started my Peter Does Stuff channel, and man, I got some surprises for you guys headed for that thing. I have a direction for that channel that I want to take it in that I am really excited about, and I got some surprises for you guys over there. And I love that channel. And that to me is probably like, the thing is, each one is so different. It's like your group of friends, right? It's like, my drama channel, my review channel is like, they're like my fun. They're like my going out girls, They're like, hey, let's get dressed cute and glamorous and go out, right? I'm going to say this, and I know somebody's going to take this the wrong way, but I only mean it as a compliment. My vlog and my Peter Does Stuff channel is like, and especially my vlog, is like Tanya Jean to me. Like, that's just how I feel about it, My Peterisms channel is my recovery. That's where I sit down. That's what I do with my recovery stuff every day in the mornings. And, and my BookTube channel is my passion. It's like my hobby, But when I started all of this back in the day with like BookTube, I never in a million years ever would have thought, if you had said to me, there's going to be a group of people that like watch your videos and they all like have some things in common and they get along, so they want to have a place where they can all hang out. Like, it doesn't really have anything to do with you. They just want to hang out together and be friends, be good Judies, And so they're going to start a Facebook group where they can just like talk about each other and all this kind of stuff. And I would have been like, what? Like, huh? Like, that idea to me And this is why I kind of go on and I sing the praises about the people that watch my vlog and the vloggerinos and stuff. It's still so unfathomable to me, that kid that sat in the library and sang Maybe from Annie. There are people that have never met that kid that love him and want to watch him talk about the most lame stuff in videos, you know? And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And so I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I really do, you know? Because it's all of the stuff like the kindness of strangers and the starting of the Facebook group and just the cards and the comments and the emails that people send me, you know, or give me, and just the small things that people notice in videos that I, like on my, I'm talking about specifically on my vlog, that people notice and stuff. And you guys, I have to tell you, like, this was so crazy to me. So, you know, I did a video on my Peter Does Stuff channel called The Sad Life Update. And did I talk about this already? I'm like floored by this, you guys. I think I talked about this last night. And it was where I talked about Tucker being sick. And I'm sure that people didn't know, like, the thumbnail is devastatingly sad. And I didn't even pick it to be that way. It was just like one of 3 thumbnails I picked out. But I'm sure they picked it because of that and thought something horrible, you know. It is horrible. I feel like I can't even get into that tonight. He's doing fine, but so anyway, you guys, that video got like 40-some thousand views on it. I was like, what is going on here? Oh my God, my battery is flashing. And it's like, the fact that people are interested in me as a person, because I think that's a misconception that you tell yourself, like, as a drama channel, right? Like, oh, people only care about the drama. That's why, like, I do not cater to that when people come over here and they're like, I don't care about your intro. Like, I only care about the drama. I'm not the channel for you then. Like, I already know that. And I'm not desperate to hold on to somebody that so can't stand me making some jokes or doing a birthday shout out. Like, it really just upsets them so much that they can't stay for the drama. Go find it somewhere else, you know, like, that's part of that toxicity to me that I just don't understand. I just, you know, hey, listen, you know, you don't call up Johnny Carson at the beginning. I'm no Johnny Carson. I know that. Trust me, I know, right? But Johnny Carson always did his intro, and David Letterman, you don't call him up and say, hey, we don't like the part with you and Paul at the beginning, Dave. Like, that's ridiculous. Just get to the interview, you know, like, and I know I'm no David Letterman. Trust me. I know I'm not, okay? But that's what I do, and that's what I enjoy to do. And so it's kind of like, it's rude when people come over there and they say that, and it's like, you know, I'm just telling you what I think. But you guys, this is so weird. Do you remember last night I was driving down here and I said, oh my God, that's a Jaguar SUV. It's literally the same person. It's the same car and everything. This is so crazy. This is so unbelievable. I cannot believe it. It is such a beautiful car. It is like washed and clean, brand new too. Now that might be a luxury SUV that I would drive, I'm just saying. The battery died right as I was pulling in to change the battery. So anyway, the vlog channel, like some of my best ideas that I've ended up really, I mean, not my best ideas like they're genius or anything. I mean, it's not like a vlog channel is genius, right? I mean, I drive in a car. It's not like that deep, right? But some of the things that I call my best ideas because they're the things that I've enjoyed the most, or the things that I have reaped the greatest benefits from, like the vloggerinos or like the comments, or just, I mean, I think I grieved my mom the first entire year on this vlog channel. You know, I really think that this has been so cathartic for me through the years. You know, it's just so helpful for me. It's like last night talking about stuff, and I've just had so much loss in my life this week. You know, it's just like, it's really kind of made me like, it's beat me down a little bit. And so just talking about it last night, and then when I was done, like I turned off the camera and I was like, man, I feel so much better just talking about it. You know, like I feel And I always do. I always feel so much better when I talk about stuff. And so this offers me that opportunity, right? So thank you, because I appreciate that. And, but you know, like I just, the gifts that I received from this vlog, that just, I can remember was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Every person I told that I was going to start a vlog channel, like I didn't, like YouTubers at the time that I was talking to, every person told me it was a stupid idea. Every person said, don't do it. And I was like, why not? They're like, you're not, and this is always the thing, and it drives me crazy, is they're like, you're not gonna get any views on it anyway. Like, just, if you're gonna vlog, just vlog on your main channel. And I'm like, cause that way you keep your main subscribers. And I'm like, for me personally, like, I've had so many people that are like, why do you not just do all your channels in the same, or all the videos in the same channel? And I'm like, because for me to put, first of all, 6 videos up on the same channel a day, but for me to put a vlog, a booktube video, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. And this way, I feel like people can go and follow what they want to follow, right? Like, you know, it's kind of like, you don't have to watch all the channels, right? And I know that there's a lot of people that just watch my vlog and Peterisms or booktube, and that's it. They don't watch the drama. They don't care about the drama. They don't care about those people and whatever. And then I know that there's people that watch my drama channel videos and they'll never start a vlog video. They could care less, you know? And I get that. And like I say this, you know, don't get me wrong, like, I love to get a lot of views on a video too. I mean, I would love if I was getting 1 million views on a vlog. But, you know, here's the other thing though. I say that, well, I would love if I was getting 1 million views on my drama videos, because those videos, I just think people are so bored of drama these days. But anyway, hell, I would love to get 1 million views on any channel, on any video, okay? I just think that would be so fun, right? I actually don't think across any of my channels I've ever had a video that's hit 1 million views. I have one that is like 900 and something thousand, and it was actually a Jaclyn Hill video on my drama channel video. But here's the other thing, is like Mel and I have talked about this a lot. Like, we don't get a lot of people that come into our live streams, right? Like, we get like 30 to 50. Well, 50 is like a good live stream. Like, 30 is about average of what we get, right? But the other thing is that like almost every one of those 30 has read the book. So imagine sitting in a book club with 30 people. Like, that would be a good book club, right? Like, that would be a lot of people. The thing is, I don't know that, like, Mel and I have talked about it, that we would want it to be 600 people in the book club, because it would be really, really hard then. I mean, I know all the people that come in there, and, you know, Karen and Nikki and Stacy and everybody, you know, that comes into the book club and, you know, talks and shares, and I mean, like, and guests, and Bunny always got, you know, like, everybody. I mean, we know everybody, right? And it's like this little group. So if I'm like forgetting people, so don't hold that against me, but because I'm just kind of pulling names from the top of my head. But I feel the same way kind of about the vlog. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if tomorrow my vlog like blew up and had, you know, 1 million or 10 million subscribers, and I was getting, you know, 100,000 views a video, I would love it, because I would love that more people were exposed to what I love, you know. But at the same time, I feel like, what's the payoff? I think part of what makes it special in the comment section sometimes, or with the vloggerinos, is that it is smaller, you know? So, like, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, you know. The views and the subscribers and all that stuff are nice. It's like, but, like, what are you doing to get that, then, is the question to me. Like, and there's only a few people that I actually know that I feel like have kind of crossed the line to, like, they are willing to compromise things in their life to, for the views and the subscribers. And I'm like, that's not cute to me. Like, when you start compromising your integrity, your character, your mental health, and your physical health, or relationships in your life at the expense of views and subscribers on YouTube, like, that is really sad and desperate, and you've really lost your way. And the other thing that makes me really sad about that is that I think what people don't realize is that by and large, the people that are watching you and the people that are subscribing to you, they like you for your personality. They like you for who you are. They would probably watch you anyway if you weren't hurting yourself. And so, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't understand this need to be offensive and, you know, and do these outrageous things at the expense of subscribers and views. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I don't think there's a YouTuber out there that wouldn't say, hell yeah, I'd love to get a lot of subscribers and views. It's what we make videos for. We want people to watch them, right? Like, I always say that. But at what expense? Like, what do you have to, like, what's the payoff? I don't know. Can you guys believe I'm going on my 6th year of vlogging every single day? And do you know what's interesting is, like, I remember when PP passed away, and I was talking to Alex, and I talked to my friend Jen, and she really, really helped me through that whole situation. And Tanya, and my sponsor, about doing videos. And I knew there was no way that I don't know that I've ever talked about the filming situation during that week, but I knew that there was, I felt, I mean, we were just gutted. We were just like, it just was bad. It was bad. And, like, I can remember just Alex pacing and being like, I cannot be here. Like, I can't be here. Like, I feel like I hear his feet on the ground. And, so anyway, because I put out a statement and said that I was going to, like, take some time off and not film videos. And, like, I knew I couldn't sit in a drama video. I knew that there was no way. Like, I mean, I literally was just like, I knew that I couldn't do a drama video, right? If I was going to do a Peterisms video, I was going to talk about what I've been going through, and honestly, I just felt zapped at that point. And so, like, with my other channels and stuff, I just was like, I'm just taking a week off. But when it came to my vlog, it was so weird, you guys. Like I specifically talked about my vlog to, like, everybody. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like they're the ones I share my life with. But at the same time, like, I don't feel like I can get on camera and vlog. Like, I just don't feel like I can do it. Like, I don't know what to say, you know? And I remember they all said, they'll understand, you know? They love you. They'll understand. And you guys did, and it was so wonderful. And I want to tell you, you know, like, I have never, to this day, ever, like, when I look back and I think to myself, like, I have filmed, because, you know, I took great pride in the fact that I had never missed a day filming, that I had filmed literally every day on my vlog channel, and I took great pride in that, right? And I think that there was a part of that inside of me, but I was really just like, at the same time, I was like, I don't think I can get on video and do it. You know, I just don't feel like I can. And, but at the same time, I wanted to share with you guys, like, what was going on with me inside and just, like, talk it out, because that's what I had always done. But I really just needed to be with my husband in that moment, you know? And so I took that time off I took, like, you know, a week off from filming the vlog. About halfway through that week, I remember talking to Tanya, and I said, I think I'm going to come back and make one vlog. And she said, don't do it. And I said, why not? She said, I just wish you would take an entire, she was like, Peter, she's like, just, you are emotionally spent. Like, just take an entire week off. And I was like, okay, you're right. And I did put out a video, I think, on my drama channel, kind of like updating people with where we were at and stuff. But other than that, like, that was it. I think, maybe I did a vlog or something. I don't remember, but I think it was like a week before I vlogged again. And you know what's interesting is, I have never once, since that happened, ever felt bad about missing that week. Like, I've never, like, felt like to myself, like, well, you didn't vlog that, like, you know, like, where I'll say, like, I've consistently vlogged every day except for that week. Like, I've never felt bad about it. And the other thing was, I learned, because I think before that, I was kind of at a point where I was like, gotta put this out, gotta put that out, gotta put this out, gotta put that out, you know? And I see that with, like, a lot of YouTubers, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about that recently when they're talking about their mental health and things like that, right? Like, this drive that I think you have at first. And I definitely had that, and I still have that. I still have that drive. I think really, you know, creative people that have a lot of ideas always have, like, a drive like that, right? But I don't have it anymore at the expense of, like, if something's going on in my life, I'm gonna take the time I need to take, you know? And in all honesty, one of the reasons why I have, like, there's been some days that some stuff has happened, you guys, that's, like, really, really tough. And I'm not saying that I keep stuff from you guys, but I'm talking about really personal stuff where I've had a friend, you know, like, I'll say in a video that I had a friend pass away or whatever, but it might be a friend that's closer than how I really let on, you know, and, or have, you know, somebody in my life that's going through a medical issue or whatever, that it's not mine to share, and so I don't talk about it in a vlog. But one of the reasons why sometimes I do push through on those days is because there's gonna come another week that I'm gonna have to take off. There's gonna come another day where I'm gonna be like, you guys, I just can't turn on the camera tonight. And I've always had that attitude. Like, even when I worked in, you know, treatment and addictions back in the day, like, you know, I never took sick days, hardly ever. You know, I never took, like, PTO time. Like, when I resigned, I was maxed out at, like, 6 weeks of sick time or something ridiculous like that. And I was, like, maxed out on all of my, like, PTO time too. Like, they had to pay me out for, like, my PTO time because I never took it. And so that's kind of how I am. I always see it that way, right? And I know people are like, well, I mean, you could take a week here or a week there or whatever. Like, because I did that with the week that, like, you know, after PP passed away, I honestly thought last year about taking off that same week and just being like that week every year I was going to take off going forward. Do you remember me? I said some things about that. But then I was like, if we're going to be here and we're not going to go anywhere, like, why take that time off, you know? I mean, it's not like Alex is asleep, so, you know, it's like, I mean, it's fun for me to come out here and vlog. That's the other thing. Like, I love it. Like, I enjoy it. It's so much fun. Like, people are like, my friends in my real life are like, how do you still, after all these years, get in a car? And like, what do you talk about? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't feel like I'm filming a video. I feel like I'm just talking to a friend. Like, I literally feel like I just turn it on and I'm talking to a friend. Almost like the camera is my friend at this point. I don't even really know how to explain it. I actually think, like, people ask me a lot. They're like, how do you get so comfortable in front of a camera? Like, you know what I might suggest is for 30 days, vlogging in your car or just vlogging in your house. You don't have to post it. Don't post it. Just film it and delete it, right? But do it for 30 days where you get really comfortable just talking to this inanimate object. But what's so weird about it is, it's almost like talking to a friend on, like, a Facebook, like a FaceTime call or like a Zoom call, because I feel like almost kind of like, even though I can't see you, like, when I'm talking to you, like, I can see a living room with somebody sitting there. I can see, like, a boyfriend and a girlfriend or husband and wife, like, laying in bed, or girlfriend and girlfriend and boyfriend or whatever, partners, husbands, wives, whatever. I feel like I can see that. Like, you guys snuggled in bed, like, watching me and laughing when I say something stupid, and some of you crying when I, you know, cry together. Like, I feel like I can see that. I feel like I can see the mom cooking dinner in the kitchen, you know, with, like, me over on, like, the tablet in the corner. Or, you know, you've got me on your computer while you're putting on your makeup in the morning, getting ready for work. Like, I feel like I'm talking to all of you. Like, I can see you guys out there, right? Like, and especially, like, those of you, that, like, post pictures to me, like, that, like, tweet me or whatever, pictures of you guys watching my vlog. Like, like, that helps me so much, because, like, I see where you know what I mean? Have you ever had, like, a friend that, like, you've never been to their house, but, like, you've always imagined, like, what their house looked like? It's kind of like that, right? Like, it's kind of like I have in my head, like, an image of, like, what it looks like, where you guys are. Like, you're my friend, but I've never been to your house, and so I've, like, conjured up or, like, come up with this image of, like, what your house looks like based on these pictures that I've seen. I don't know how to explain it other than that, you know? Anyway. You guys, I trimmed my nail the other day, and I trimmed it, and it's like the weirdest thing. And so it's like the nail goes like this. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like got this ridge in it, and it's driving me crazy. So Alex's mom came over tonight, and she cooked a rapus, and sat around, and I lit a bunch of candles and put light jazz on the TV, which they quickly turned off, and they played some Venezuelan music, but that was okay. And we hung out, and it was really fun. She didn't stay for very long. She stayed for like an hour and a half, and that was fun. And then Alex was doing some stuff for his Instagram. He's like real serious. Like, you can't talk to him when he's doing stuff, but he's like taking pictures and like editing pictures, and like he had got sent some stuff. Well, I thought I had been sent, because they sent it to my P.O. box. So sometimes like Alex will have stuff sent to the P.O. box, and so I thought it was to me, and so I opened it, and it was like this teeth whitening stuff, and I was like, this is random that somebody's sending me this teeth whitening stuff. But anyway, it was for him. I didn't know that. So he had it on the counter, and I go, why do you have my teeth whitening stuff out? And he goes, because it was sent to me. And I looked at the envelope. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, oh, you guys, I also was sent, well, I've been sent a lot of really cool stuff lately. I was sent 2 free Audible downloads to Dune, to, what do you call it? To the book Dune, to watch it then on, I think, TV. I don't know if they gave me like a code to watch it on TV. I'll have to look and see. But anyway, I have to see if Alex wants it. If he doesn't, then I might give one of those away or something like that. So anyway, there was that. And then, well, y'all know, have you noticed I've been lonely the last couple days? Tanya Jean's been out of town. You know I don't tell you guys when she's out of town. But anyway, her husband was here. He stayed here. But Tanya took 2 of her girls that work for her. It was one of their birthdays. And they went to Fort Lauderdale, and they rented an Airbnb. Tanya was so excited with a saltwater pool. I was invited, but I said no. I said I think this would just be a good trip. It was like a 3-bedroom house. It was beautiful. And Tanya was so excited. And today they went to she said it hasn't been super warm down there, but today they went to some resort, and she got like a cabana and stuff for the day so they could just like hang out at the resort. But Tanya was like, I don't know why you won't come down. I'm like, this will be good for you guys. This will be good for you. Because she wanted to take the girls. Like, every year she takes them to do something. Well, first of all, Tanya is so good to her employees. But, like, every Christmas, she always takes them, like, to some, like, really cool thing. Like, out to dinner somewhere nice. And then she buys them all these really nice presents and gives them a bonus. And does all this kind of stuff. And they do something, like, real Christmassy. Like, they go see... Well, last year she went and saw Christmas Carol with Eric. But they'll go see something like that. Something Christmassy. But usually every year she takes them on like some little small trip, like to Gatlinburg or whatever. So this year she took the 2 girls that like are full time for her. They went to Fort Lauderdale, and they've just had a blast down there. Tanya's had so much fun, and I talked to them on the phone yesterday, and it was the one girl's birthday, so Tanya put her on the phone. I was like, happy birthday! And so they get to home tomorrow. I have to pick them at the airport. I have to pick them up from the airport at 1:45 tomorrow, which I can't forget because I have to leave here at 1 to pick them up. And so that's tomorrow. Yeah, and then I have like something I have to do, a commitment early evening, like 6-ish. So I don't know what my videos are going to look like tomorrow. I'm like hoping that I can get all of my videos done tomorrow that I want to get done. I did a drama video in a car today. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, if I have to do a drama video in the car, I do the drama video in the car. Like, because sometimes, like, if I'm out and stuff like that, well, here was the thing. I wanted to do a Peter Does Stuff video, taking down my mums and showing my dead mums, because I just wanted to remember that for next year. Well, I wanted to remember it so that next year I could figure out how to take better care of those darn mums. And then, mum's the word. And then, I also, like, you know, I, like, showed putting them all up and stuff like that, so I don't know why I had such a green thumb when it came to the summer plants and the spring plant, or the spring-summer plants, but man, those mums, I don't know if it was just this year or what it was, but I just did not do well with those things at all. Makes me awfully sad. So anyway, I have missed Tanya terribly. She left Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. No, we went to the banquet on Saturday. She left on Sunday. Because that's why she wanted to get home and she didn't want to do anything after that. So she left, was that right? On Sunday? Sunday? Monday? You guys, my entire week has been off. I tweeted out, because you know I tweet out every day, like, happy whatever the day is, and I tweeted out happy Tuesday, and I, honest to God, thank God that, like, somebody said something to me, because Tanya did not text me until late and say that it was, because I remembered it was, I thought it was 1:30, but I, honest to God, all day today, like, I thought it was Tuesday, and so I tweeted out happy Tuesday, and, like, all these people were like, it's Wednesday, Peter, and I'm like, what? Like, I really did think it was Tuesday. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we didn't go to our home group this week because Tanya was out of town. Hell, I wouldn't have remembered to go to my home group last night anyway. Like, that's what's so crazy to me. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I just lost a day in there somehow. And you know what's so weird is that Alex and I were talking this morning, and because he was giving Tucker his medicine, and I said, we missed an entire day. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I go, we're a whole day ahead on the medicine. And he goes, no, we're not. And I was thinking to myself, it's too early. I'm not in the mood to get into an argument with him over Tucker's I almost said PP's medicine. But I know I'm right. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like I know I'm right, and then you realize real quickly you're not? And so when that happened, I was like, I thought that's why we're a day ahead on the medicine. Like, what? I'm like, anyway. Was I abducted by aliens? Like, I don't know how I lost an entire, I should call this video abducted by aliens, but I don't know how I lost an entire day. Like, I don't. Like, I didn't. Really. But it feels like I did. I don't know how to explain it other than that, you guys. It just feels weird. Oh my gosh. I have vlogged for so long tonight. I have vlogged for almost a half an hour, or an hour and a half. That's one thing that's changed in the last couple months, is that I used to vlog for like an hour and a half every night. But I think also I was leaving earlier or something, and I wasn't listening to as many audiobooks. And I do have to finish the audiobook, Christmas, Criminals, and Campers tonight. That's what it's called, by Tanya Kappas. Like I said, I have like 24 minutes left. So between that and a half an hour, somewhere in there. So I'm going to finish that. So I'm going to get off here now. And if you haven't joined the Vloggerinos, go join the Vloggerinos. Don't forget to go over to my Instagram story, and you can, like, hit the post and it'll take you there, and all you have to do is like it. You don't have to follow them. All you have to do is like that post, and they will donate $1 in credit to one of those 8 organizations. So it's a fantastic thing that you guys can do to go help. So yeah, please go check that out. I'm also going to mention it probably tomorrow on my drama channel. Anyway, because I love stuff like that. I think that's so cool, right? Anyway, let me know what? Let me know how you're doing. Let me know, are you excited for Christmas? I am. I'm sure there's people that watch my vlog that don't celebrate Christmas, so I hope that that's not offensive to you guys. It's just, you know how much I love Christmas. So anyway. Alright, if nobody else has told you this today, I gotta get to this part. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Oh, and for those that need to hear it, For those that want to hear it, and for those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!